Folks, believe me, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we're facing another crypto disaster. And I'm not even talking about the fact that Bitcoin is dropped even lower to 24,000. I'm talking about the Celsius network, which is turning into Terra Luna real fast. And guys, I know I hate to say it, but it's important that you watch this video from the beginning to the end because this is a major deal. The same Celsius network, which is a very similar project to the infamous Anchor protocol, which was partly the reason why Luna crashed and millions lost money. So the similarity here is that both of these platforms pay really high interest if you deposit your cryptos on them. And whereas the Anchor protocol was strictly for getting interest on your UST, the Celsius network allows you to deposit dozens of different cryptos like Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Cardano, etc. So you deposit your cryptos on the Celsius network, they get loaned out to others, maybe hedge funds, big companies, big sharks, to be used on high-risk investments. And you get interest on your deposits as much as 18% per year. So almost like Anchor protocol. Or if you needed cash, you can put up your crypto as collateral so you don't have to sell it, and then you get a crypto-backed loan. So Celsius boasts having over 1 million users and being a larger holder of Bitcoin than MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, and Coinbase as well. And even last year, Celsius raised around 3.5 billion in valuation. So what exactly is going wrong here? Well, just mere hours ago, everything was going according to plan, but then the company, which claims on their website you can access your coins whenever and keep them safe forever, tweeted this: "In the best interest of the community, they're pausing all withdrawals, swaps, and transfers between accounts." So yeah, basically they're not allowing folks to access their money for their own good. In the best interest of community, due to extreme market conditions, we will not give you your money back, guys. I keep saying, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Well, unless you've cracked the matrix, free money just does not exist. So essentially, the Celsius network is facing a liquidity crisis. And just like with Luna and UST, everyone who put trust in these ridiculous gains and deposited is gonna get burned. That means millions of people and billions of their life savings. I mean, the money locked up in Celsius is higher than the GDP of some countries. The current bear market and the risk-off scenario makes it so that they cannot scramble enough money to pay the high yield they promised to depositors. As evidenced by this crypto investigator on Twitter almost a week ago, the very first thing Celsius would do amidst this liquidity crisis is block the withdrawals, which they did a few hours ago. Rumors say that they've already unstaked 247 million worth of wrapped Bitcoin from Aave and sent it to the FTX exchange. Well, God knows for what reason, possibly to sell them and earn some quick buck. And then in the Twitter thread, he goes on to what I've been preaching for my past videos, all of them: a massive trust crisis, where everyone from institutional investors to big whales to auditors is gonna try to get out of the ecosystem, get their crypto out in the shortest time possible. Basically, at the moment, we really don't know what is going on behind the scenes. But what we do know is that trust in Celsius is pretty much killed. So this project will most likely die the moment they allow withdrawals. I mean, the Celsius token has already dipped 48%. So when they allow withdrawals, it's going to be a bank run with everybody scrambling to get their funds. I mean, Luna happened just a month ago. It's not like we forgot how seemingly legitimate projects can die in a matter of hours. Once again, it will be the average Joe who's hit the hardest. The average Joe who just wanted to, it's not even that ridiculous. 18% guaranteed profit per year. And that's nothing crazy. The average Joe didn't want anything crazy. And listen to this. This is from Celsius Terms and Conditions. You acknowledge that with respect to digital assets used by Celsius, pursuant to this telegraph, you will not be able to exercise rights of ownership. Celsius may receive compensation in connection with lending or otherwise using digital assets in its business to which you have no claim or entitlement. Sounds a bit fishy, right? But listen to this. In the event that Celsius becomes bankrupt, enters liquidation, or is otherwise unable to repay its obligations, any eligible digital assets used in the earn service or as a collateral under the borrow service may not be recoverable, and you may not have any legal remedies or rights in connection with the Celsius obligations to you other than your rights as a creditor of Celsius under any applicable laws. What's done is done, guys. I'm gonna follow this story. I'm gonna keep you updated, and always remember that if you don't keep your cryptos on a cold wallet, they're not your cryptos. That goes for any exchange, any broker, any staking or lending platform, any DeFi project even. I hope this all ends well, but I have a tough time actually digesting this as well. I mean, a good result is not how these stories typically end. Remember Time, Wonderland, remember Luna, Anchor, remember Crypto.com, slashing their credit card rewards. If Celsius goes bust in the coming hours and days, I'll be looking closely at shorting Bitcoin and shorting Ethereum with pretty much everything but the kitchen sink. I mean, already down 10%, Ethereum 12%. It's a real tough time. There's so much I didn't even cover in this video, like how Celsius was partly responsible for the Luna crash and other things, but I just wanted to get the message out super quickly so you could actually try to protect yourself by moving your assets to the cold wallet. I mean, it may be the best time ever to do it. And I mean from everywhere. Move it to a cold wallet. Wait for this craziness to die down a bit and subscribe and like this video, and I'll try to keep you guys safe and updated. Cheers.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.